everyone. Welcome back to another segment of Tina Talk. And I have someone today that I think that a lot of us will be really interested in what she have to say. So let's go ahead and welcome her. Her name is Dana Callahan. Hello, Dana. How are you?
Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for inviting me to your Tina Talk. It's a wonderful platform.
Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, can you please tell us about yourself and what you do?
Yes, I am actually a true Floridian born and raised. And so I know this area quite well. My background is actually elementary education, but through changes in life, I somehow stepped into the financial world through health and life insurance. And I've just added a new service to my platform with debt elimination, which is what we're going to be talking about today. But I'm a single
Okay.
mom, two children, uh, moved in with my mother. I'm a primary caretaker, and lots of things happening in the household, even though there's just the four of us.
Okay, so you got my attention when you say debt elimination, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. So, can you give us a little bit more detail about what debt elimination is?
Absolutely. When people think, first of all, debt elimination, obviously it's okay getting rid of my debt, and they immediately go to consolidation, which is combining all of your debts into one place with a new structure of paying them off. Or they think, in the larger terms, more serious, I need to file bankruptcy, which is something we don't want to avoid because we really want to work very hard in protecting your credit score. And there's a lot of people that actually help in that department too, in boosting your credit score. That's not what I do. I'm not consolidating. I'm not refinancing. We are working with the individual with their current income, their current lifestyle, and their current debt. And simply by replacing, as in shifting, where they put their money, we are maximizing the value of that dollar so that your payment of the debt is reduced by one half or one third the time of what you are currently scheduled for. And what
Okay.
happens when you do that? You've just knocked off a whole bunch of interest. That's money that you no longer have to spend.
Okay, so is that mean, so for instance, if I have, I have multiple credit cards line that, right now, especially right now, a lot of people are in a tight budget. You're gonna be able to help, me or anyone who come to you said, hey, these are the credit line that I have. These are the tight budget. You're gonna be able to help me be able to pay those off in a shorter period of time or help me how to do it so that I won't miss a payment. Can you
Okay,
give?
good question. So I personally am not helping with that verbal consult. What I'm doing is using a software program that has been developed using four different structures on how to pay off money. It's the same principles that a bank uses when they have our money. I don't know if you've ever noticed when you ask for a refund back or some sort of payment, they stretch it out into the very last possible day that they have to give it back to you. Why do they do that? Because it's getting them interest. Even if it's a little bit, everything adds up. So we are using the same principles, this software program, in how do we pay off our debt? When do we pay it? How much do we pay to which debt? And where should we start putting our money in savings? It simply is what they refer to it as a GPS, just like you put your address in on where you're going, and your GPS says you're going to be making a left up here. And you're like, well, I've never made a left up there before. I always keep going straight and then I turn over there. And it says, well, you can do it that way, but we're telling you if you put your money here today, as we're recommending, it's going to affect your payoff date in a positive way. The consumer is 100% in control of their money. They are being guided as to when and how much to move their money, place their money, pay off debts, where do they put their income, that kind of thing. They're guided, but you still are personally in charge of, yes, I'm going to accept that guidance, or no, I'm not. So you tell the system, I chose not to do that. And then it's going to recalculate everything and said, okay, here's your new numbers, here's your new payoff date.
Okay.
So it is telling you, advising you. It's not me telling you, it's a computer software plan program.
So basically, what you do is you have a software where you take all the information, my information down, said, okay, Dana, this is how much debt I have, this is how much I make magic happen. And then there's a
Mhm.
software that will calculate all that and come up with the best and the fastest route for me to
Yes,
eliminate my debt.
that
What
is
about
exactly right.
Okay, so then what about adding more debt? Like, what if,
Mhm.
if someone who are, like I say, living, limited amount of income right now,
Mhm.
especially what's going on, what happened when they keep adding on to that debt? Does the system kind of take it, so once do I am able to add more debt to the system, and then
Yes.
they in turn recalculate everything and spitting out new numbers for me.
That's exactly what it does. There is only one person that I cannot assist with this program, and that is the person who spends more money than they make. So even if they have only $1 left at the end of the month, the plan works.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, COVID is a very good example. We've got people that have been working, and guess what? They were shut down. They're going to go into their program, and where their income used to be, I don't know, 2,500 a month, and they're going to say, we can't use the number zero in this program, so we say $1, and we're going to say
Okay.
$1, and then it's going to go shift, and it's going to go change all of the numbers. Now, it's very possible that, and I'm using random numbers here, I'm not using actual numbers with this conversation. It's possible that their debt was going to be, let's just say they had a mortgage that was going to be paid off in 26 years. And with their initial analysis under current circumstances before COVID, they said that 26 years, guess what? You're going to be paid off in 7.8 years. Well, then COVID comes along and happens. And one person, and let's say it was a married couple, one person loses their job. They were in the hospitality. So now we take that and we put it in as a $1 income. It's going to recalculate, and that 7-year payoff may now say it's going to be 12.3 years for you to pay it off because of this change. When they get a new job, well, then we reset the information and it'll say, oh, good, look, you're back down to 8 years paid off.
Okay.
And in the same results, if they get a pay raise, then it will say, oh, 7 years, you're only down to 5 years now. And it is taking the turns along with you. Your car just tanks out. You need to go buy a new car. You can put the cost of the car in before you go do your shopping, figure out what the typical rates are, put it in as a car loan. And you can either, typically it's a 4 or 5 year. A lot of people go for the 5 year. You throw in 5 years, and let's just say it's an emergency. We need to get the car right now. And we're going to be doing it in the next 2 weeks. You say that that's when this purchase is going to happen. You can use it as a predictive tool as well. And it will say, wait a minute, that $32,000 car you're looking at, you're going to be out of money in 18 months if you go and do that. But maybe you're like, okay, so I can't afford the new car, but look, there's a $6,000 car that we can get right now and you can recalculate it, and it will readjust your payoff date. And you also are told, because of your other debt that you have in there, interest rates, it will also give you the amount that you are currently saving in interest to the penny. And they
Wow.
guarantee their results as long as the person that we're running the analysis for, if they give us accurate numbers, the results are guaranteed to work the way we say it's going to work. And even then, it usually works better.
Right. Because I
Okay.
feel
But
like
it's not magic if a person actually has to do
to
what it's
follow.
telling.
Right.
Yes. So,
Right.
I don't want people to get misinformed about that. And yes, your debt is still your debt. You still have to pay 100% of your debt. Where the savings is happening is that interest that you don't have to do.
Right. Because the program have many different, they're going to run many different scenario for you
Hmm.
and find that best one. And and I guess it's true because we as human, not a lot of us have tons of scenarios to run through where we know what is the best route for us. So now we have this program who
Hmm.
can help us with, hey, this is the best route, or this is the second best route if you choose to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to be very helpful for a lot of people, because if they want to save and they don't have the time to think about it or have to talk to an accountant and find what is the best way, this program can definitely help with a lot of that. So now then the important question is, how much is it? How does
Okay.
that work?
Yes, it's on a sliding scale. And I don't know the answer until we actually run an analysis
Okay.
because everybody's using it a different way.
Okay.
Now, what I can tell you is that when a person decides to move forward with the plan, they've purchased it, they own it forever.
Okay.
And unlike some of our telephones, and I'm not going to be mentioning the brand names, but we all know who it is. They keep doing these upgrades. And with every upgrade, it's slowing everything down. So what do we have to do? We have to go spend a whole lot. And usually it's hundreds of dollars to go get that new phone because they keep giving us upgrades. Yay!
Right.
But it's costing us.
Right.
With this, once you own it, all the upgrades are included. They're free, doesn't change anything. All it does is boost your ability to use the plan because guess what? Financial world is always changing. The rules are always changing. So they've got all of those key people that understand that, keeping it up and working very well. Um, so it's a one-time purchase. There is no monthly fee. There's nothing else.
Okay.
It's
So if
and then we
anyone,
direct it to pay it off first.
okay.
Pay that purchase off first.
Okay. So anyone who have any interest in helping them kind of maneuver around their spending, their daily life, how to eliminate debt, they should reach out to you and have a conversation with you, to see if the program will help them do just that. Right?
Yes. And not only does it eliminate debt, once they have it eliminated, they can use it to develop wealth. Do we have time for me to give you a personal example?
Oh, sure. Of course. Go for it.
Okay. So I am just an ordinary person like everybody else with a typical income. I don't have high extreme income. I'm just ordinary, simple mom. And something I never would have thought about was purchasing an RV with an idea of, I wonder what would happen if I did that as an Airbnb because we live in Florida. And I thought, well, let me go figure that out. So I went and did the research on how much it would cost me for an RV that would fit in the back of my house. I ran the figures, the interest. It would take me 20 years to purchase this RV. 20 years.
Wow.
And then when I put the number in, it said, guess what? You're going to be down to $0 in your budget. If you purchase that in 18 months, you're down to nothing. I thought, okay, well, but then I thought, but I'm going to use it as a rental property. And I put in, and I used a very minimal amount, a $300 a month income for rental.
Okay.
It now said this 20-year loan was going to be paid off in 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Can
Okay.
you imagine how that changed my perception on
Yes.
my income and the value of my personal investments? And can I step outside of what I'm used to doing? What I'm
Hmm.
used to doing is, oh, I can't afford a RV. I
Right.
can't do that. But it allows us to play and practice. Well, what if I did go get an extra rental property and had an income from that? And
Right.
it would say, well, here's what's going to happen because it looks all the way into the future.
Right.
It's a powerful, powerful tool.
And I think, for that too, for, as I do real estate. So for for people who are looking to buy a home, they can just type the number,
Mhm.
in and see what realistically they should spend to, live comfortably and not go out of their budget and still have the money for
Exactly.
saving. Because, when you go to the bank, they pre-approve you for certain amount,
Hmm.
but, is it really the amount that is it really gonna help you? So
Right,
I think with
right.
this program, it's gonna break down where, hey, if you want to get rid of it, pay the mortgage off this year, then this is how much you should spend. So that's in
Hmm.
a way, that's a great idea for people,
Yeah,
for home buyers to look into too as
building
well to
wealth.
see.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
am very interested, and I think that a lot of
yeah,
people who's gonna watch this will be interested as well.
yeah. And it's not just for the consumer, it's for the uh, business entrepreneur who has those large ticket items,
Mhm.
HAVAC, sales carsmen, realtors. Imagine the power that they are able to help their client in a way that their competitors may not be able to during that purchase, saying, oh, I see that you're telling me you cannot afford it. Let's run your numbers and really see, is it something that your finances can do? Because guess what? I didn't think I could get an RV, but when I ran my numbers, apparently I could pay it off in 6 years instead of 20. I
And,
mean,
and to
it's
me, I feel
amazing.
like numbers will not lie.
Yes.
Numbers is very straightforward. If you do what it said, if you put everything down, numbers will not lie.
Yeah. And you're helping your client. I mean, and that is why I brought this product onto my platform, was not because I was thinking, oh, I want to do this. It was to help them when they're looking at life insurance. And when I was able to change their debt and lift that heavy burden off of their shoulders, it's just an amazing feeling.
That's awesome. And I think that, your phone gonna stop will keep continue to ring, will not stop ringing because it is an amazing product. And if anybody who want to learn more about it, please reach out to Dana. She's more than happy to explain it more to you if
Yes.
you're interested. I will put her information at the end of the video. And once again, thank you, Dana, for joining Tina Talk and share your knowledge with us. And, I'm hoping to kind of get with you and see where we go because I think it's a wonderful product.
And it's just a simple setting an appointment to run a consult. That's it. That's how
All
easy it
right.
is.
Well, thank you so much. And once again, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you soon.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.